Welcome to Between the Shelves, the premier Save a Library podcast. I am joined this week by Steph, head of Adult Services.
Hello, Alex.
And Rachel is a returning star from Cirque. Hi.
Hi, Alex.
Thank you both for joining me.
Thanks for having us.
Yeah.
So this is part one of a special two-part series we're doing on the podcast to celebrate the 100th anniversary of Disney. So what we're going to be doing is we're going to be rapidly, and I'm going to hold you to this, and I hope you hold me to that as well. We're going to be rapidly reviewing every animated Disney film, hand-drawn animation. So what that means is we are going to be skipping anything that wasn't made by Disney Animation Studios, which means Brave Little Toaster, Nightmare Before Christmas, not reviewing that. Nothing that is direct-to-video, direct-to-VHS, direct-to-DVD, so we're not going to do a Goofy movie.
It's a shame.
Yeah, I know. Well, we have to limit it in some way. We are doing movies that are primarily hand-drawn animation, so we're not doing Pixar movies either, and no shorts. Okay? So that still leaves us with about 40 movies we have to get through in these two episodes. So we're going to be very briefly categorizing all of these films into four categories, and the categories are must-see Disney films, recommended, or what is the second? Worth a watch. Thank you. For Disney diehards, and skip. So those are the four categories from best to worst. Must see, worth a watch, Disney diehard only, and skip.
Yes.
Okay, makes sense?
Yes.
We're all on the same page? Okay, so let's get right into it because we have a lot of ground to cover. So, we're going to be starting chronologically. First film, 1937's Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs. I have this as a must-see film.
Same.
It's a spectacle. It's the movie that started it all. First full-length feature film, animated feature film. It won an honorary Oscar that year. Nothing had been done like it before. And I think it still holds up.
So I put that as I had it as recommend. So what do we say? Worth the watch?
Worth a watch, yeah.
Okay. Because, it's the first one. It kind of, not just first Disney, like first animated feature. And so it's like historic, but I find it kind of boring. So you should watch it for the historical film value. It watches like an old movie from the 30s. So it's a little slow.
What about you? What did you have, Rachel?
I had
you
it
can break the tie now.
No, I had it under must watch also.
Okay.
But I do have like a caveat, which is something I found with a lot of Disney films, which is all Snow White does is clean and cook all day, and
it's
Yeah.
very misogynistic.
I can't get with that.
Unfortunately, that probably won't change until the next episode of the podcast.
No, I think it was funny and whimsical, and the songs were great, and it was scary at times, and I think it's almost like the perfect Disney film. Like if you're gonna watch only one, like I would watch Snow White. Yeah,
I think the animation still holds up. The dwarves are funny. I think it's a must see even for historical purposes. It doesn't move quite as quick as the modern movies, but I think it holds up. Okay, next movie is Pinocchio, 1940. I know this is probably going to be one of the most controversial Disney movies that we talk about. This is a must see for me. It's probably my favorite Disney movie.
Really?
As I'm a huge fan of hand-drawn animation, and this movie took what they did with Snow White and just ramped up the technical expertise and everything to the next level. To a degree, so much where the budget was almost twice as much as Snow White, and this movie was a box office disaster for Disney. But I think the animation is phenomenal. It's still fantastic to today's standards.
Yeah, I had it under must watch also, primarily because of that song, When You Wish Upon a Star.
It was so good it became the Disney theme song.
Yeah.
So I'm going to be like the odd person out on all of these, I think. I put for Disney diehards only because I was going from it's only 90 minutes and I still have a really hard time getting through it. There's a lot of the older ones where to me it feels so much longer than it actually is. And I remember as a kid when I would watch some of these older ones, they weren't my favorite as a kid because they kind of bored me a little bit. And also I found the part in Pinocchio terrifying when he's in that I don't know.
The
Doesn't he get like
donkeys
kidnapped
and-
and like, put in a cage? Like, not like I did not like it as a kid, and that definitely like translated into watching it as an adult. I was not surprised that I didn't love it.
There is a lot of like scary things in these Disney movies that my kids haven't even seen some of these. I'm like, I can't subject them to this. Like, I just can't.
Same. I think that adds to what's so great about it. Is it's still spooky today, like especially for kids. It's creepy. It's a moralizing tale. It's telling you like this is what happens to bad kids. Like it's
as like a I don't know. As an adult, I still don't watch scary movies at all. Anything that's even remotely scary. But like for me, those things were like I think I took them a little bit too like literally, and I was too scared of like getting in trouble, even though like none of that was gonna happen to me when I got in trouble. But like it definitely made an impression.
Yeah.
all right. So we have a must see, and a Disney Die Hard. I think you got outvoted on this one.
I think so. I'm gonna get outvoted on a lot of them. I just have to also say I was watching a lot of these like in a row on like days I was homesick from work. So some of them I probably like if I was on number 4 of the day and it was like Dumbo, I was like a little anyway. Yeah. So some of these maybe I was a little harsh.
That's okay. That's why we have 3 of us to balance it out. All right, next movie is Fantasia, 1940. I love this movie. It's the first like experimental film, maybe one of the only ones that Disney does. It's really trippy. It's pretty cool. I had this also. Oh no, I didn't. I had this as a worth a watch. I considered it's a must see if you're like, but I can understand that.
So
a kid's not going to sit through this.
Did you?
I put it as a skip, and I love music. I do, and I love movies and filmmaking, and it's great. But like, I was kind of thinking of like if I'm recommending these to someone else, I would tell most people to skip it because it's long and it's very, it's not like a typical Disney movie, right? Yeah. So that was like my thinking behind my rating on this one.
That's good. I might be tinging my rating with how I personally feel about it, but yeah, as far as like, I don't consider this like a Disney, movie. It's not a plot. It's a bunch of shorts. So I don't know. Wait, so you had this as a skip, not even as a Disney Die Hard. I could be convinced to bumping it down to Disney Die Hard.
So I had a hard time with the middle ratings because to me it's like, oh my god, I love it, or I'm like, eh.
No, I hate it. Yeah.
So it's hard for me to assign those in between ones, and I don't.
Yeah, I get that.
Or Rachel, what did you have this?
I had it as a must watch, but I don't think it's really for kids. Like I think kids would be super bored by it. I think it's more like for adults. And my notes says it's an orchestral treat.
Yes.
So for that reason alone, but yeah, it's not, I don't know.
I will say, just as a quick fun note about this movie, it actually pushed a lot of theaters into upgrading their sound systems to what we appreciate in a movie theater today.
Oh, that's cool.
So they wouldn't show this movie at a theater that didn't have like a huge speaker system, like a grand surround sound system. So it really pushed theaters forward, not just movies.
Yeah.
I mean, it's also hard because these were, we're looking at it in 2023.
Yeah.
It was made in 1940. So in 1940, audiences were probably like amazed by it, right? Because they've never seen anything like it.
Yeah.
All right, so how do we rank this? We need to keep forging ahead.
I could bump mine down to worth a watch.
Maybe a Die Hard.
All right, let's leave it at Die Hard. If you're a Disney Die Hard, you have to watch this, but otherwise,
maybe worth to watch one. I did say like one time is enough on my
Well, yeah.
must watch once.
Okay.
And then never again.
All right, so Disney Die Hard, are we all happy with that?
Yeah.
Okay. Next film is Dumbo, 1941. I think I had this as a Disney Die Hard. I'm not a big Dumbo head.
Yeah, I had it as a Die Hard as well.
I had it as a skip.
Skip, really?
A skip, because Dumbo is bullied and traumatized for half the movie. He realizes he can't fly. Like, it's just a terrible movie. I don't know. I feel terrible emotions watching it.
Yeah.
I can't recommend, I just can't recommend it.
Yeah, I wasn't a big fan of it growing up. The animation's pretty crude, and it's only 64 minutes long.
Yeah, it's short.
Maybe like our rating system's a little flawed.
This should have been addressed before the episode started.
I'm just realizing it. Like everything, like Disney Die Hard maybe should be the last. Like you should only watch it.
Oh.
Like if I don't know.
But Skip's not even Disney diehards.
I know.
Skip's like, don't
It's
even
hard.
bother.
It's hard to assign a Skip, but I
think this
put
is
a bunch of
I think
them.
this is a Disney diehard because it's still a popular Disney film. Like they have it all over Disney World, I'm sure. They just remade it a few years ago. It's not like it was a forgotten film. I just don't think it.
Dumbo is a character. Like people love Dumbo.
Dumbo, yeah, that's true.
Because he's so cute.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's got the ride in Disney, right?
All right. If you're a Disney fan, you have to watch this. Otherwise, you can skip it. So Disney diehard. Okay, next film is Bambi, 1942. What are your thoughts on Bambi?
I said skip as well.
And I put that as a Disney diehard also.
Okay.
It's really sad.
Like most people would want to skip it. Yeah, because
Yeah,
it's sad.
life is hard. They don't need to watch sad movies like Bambi.
I'm fine with that. I'm not a big Bambi stan either. I think the animation's beautiful. I think the story, it's sad, which I think it kind of adds to why I like it a little bit, because it's kind of trying new things and not just like dwarves dancing and bonking each other on the head. You know, it's like trying to be more of a film. Yeah. But I'm happy with it, leaving it as Disney Die Hard. Okay, next up is 1950. We jump ahead quite a few years to Cinderella. What are your thoughts on Cinderella?
I had mine as a must-watch.
Me too.
That's I think, still one of my favorites, which I hadn't seen in a long time. My niece is obsessed with it right now, so I was like happy to watch it again.
Yeah.
But yeah, that one still, I think, is a winner.
I also had this at must see. I'm glad we're all in agreement on this one. Back on track.
It's got the funny characters and the good music and
It saved Disney from
good
bankruptcy.
pacing. That's important.
Yeah. Disney wouldn't exist if they didn't have Cinderella. They won 3 Oscars too for score, sound, and song. Bibbidi Bobbidi Boo.
I love that song.
Bibbidi Bobbidi Boo. Must see. Next year is 1951. We have Alice in Wonderland. This one really sticks out in my mind. Like I must have watched this one more than any of the previous films we've talked about when I was a kid, just because it's so vivid and colorful and just weird.
You seem to like the more artsy
Well,
Disney movies.
I'm an artsy kind of guy. It doesn't hurt that my father was an artist and his mother was an artist and my other
you're
side of my
also
family of artists. Yeah, it's in my blood. It's a fun kid movie. I like that Alice is not like your typical Disney princess, and she has like a more like realistic, grounded character in this weird world. I don't know. I like it. I think this is worth a watch. What do you think?
I had this as Disney Die Hard because it's not one of my favorites. It also had parts that scared me a lot as a kid.
I feel like there's not that much scary parts though in this. Like there's
But
not
weird
as much
things scare
peril.
me, like when she becomes giant and then she becomes small from like eating something. Like it was, I don't know, things that I just found disturbing as a child. And like maybe I didn't realize like, oh, that can actually happen. I don't know. But like growing up, it would freak me out a little bit. So as an adult, I looked at it a little bit differently, but it's still not one of my favorites.
So what did you had
I had
as
it
skip
as
or
a
Die
Die
Hard?
Hard,
Okay.
yeah.
What about you, Rachel?
I had it as a must-watch.
Okay.
I just think it's really different than the other films, and it's pretty surreal. And I think I don't know. Alice in Wonderland is it's been known forever, and I think it's great.
I think we can we agree it's worth a watch?
I'd say that's fair.
Okay.
Yeah.
Meet in the middle. Yeah. Next up, 1953, we have Peter Pan. I think there's a very memorable plot. Obviously, it was a play before this, which was very successful. It has some pretty cool sets, very good animation. The soundtrack's just okay, in my opinion. It has some pretty dated parts that don't hold up to 2023 standards.
Yeah.
So I would say this is either worth a watch or maybe even Die Hard. I'm leaning more towards worth a watch.
I had Die Hard, Disney Die Hard.
I had it as a Die Hard also.
Okay.
Yeah, it's hard to watch some of the older ones when they have really like racist parts and things like that, and
It's hard to
and then
separate,
to recommend it to someone, like I would recommend some other telling of Peter Pan perhaps.
Yeah.
So I would say Die Hard.
All right. Sorry, Tinkerbell. You are in the Disney Die Hard category. Next up, we jump ahead to 1955 for Lady and the Tramp. When I was coming up with my notes for this episode, I somehow skipped this movie when I was coming up with my notes. I don't know if that was intentional or not. I have no notes for it. And I really can't remember anything about this movie other than the iconic scene with the spaghetti.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's what most people remember.
That's pretty much the
I had it as Disney Die Hard.
I had it as recommend because I think it
That's
was
not a category stuff.
Oh, sorry. That's what we I think we originally had the worth the watch. But I don't know. So that was a tricky one for me because I like most of the movie, but again, it has a lot of like racist bits to it.
Yeah.
So that lowered it a little bit on my scale, but it's got like the plot and everything else I enjoy aside from those bits.
So Disney Die Hard, I think, is where this one lands too.
Hard,
Yeah. Okay. Wow, this is really not how I saw this going. I thought I was going to be the downer.
I was surprised myself at how many of the older ones I was like, not thrilled with.
Yeah. Okay, so then we jump ahead to 1959, and we have Sleeping Beauty. This is another one I didn't have any notes for. I must have skipped like a gap in my thing. I also get this movie confused with Cinderella all the time. So I honestly can't even come up with an image for this movie. This is the glass slipper, or is that Cinderella?
No, that's Cinderella.
That's
See,
Cinderella.
I don't even know.
But she's lying. Isn't she lying on like a bed and a prince like wakes her up?
Yeah, with a kiss.
Yeah.
Yeah. This is the one where she pricks her finger on.
With the rose.
She pricks her finger. She's the cast. She pricks her finger with a needle. She'll sleep forever, so they hide all the machines.
Yeah.
And then she finds one anyway.
And then the pumpkin turning into the carriage.
No, that's
Cinderella.
Cinderella.
Also Cinderella. Yeah, Cinderella is such a
you should just go
good
back
movie.
and watch them both. But I did put this as must watch. This was also one of my favorites. This is the one with Maleficent as the villain.
Oh, yeah.
This I put my notes were better animation quality than previous. And it just has a lot of, to me, it was very memorable. The music. They are similar in that, like, Sleeping Beauty, Snow White, Cinderella, they're like similar, like those classics where it's something happens to the princess.
Yeah,
well,
it's
Cinderella's
very
a little different.
formulaic.
It is hard to keep track of them if you don't rewatch them, I think.
Yeah.
You're not. Really.
So where are we landing with this? You had a must
I had
see.
it as must.
I can't even remember it, and Rachel.
I had it as worth a watch.
Worth a watch. Okay, I think worth a watch is where we can settle it. I wouldn't say this is a must-see one because I've seen it and I can't remember it. Okay, next up is 1961, 101 Dalmatians. This, after Pinocchio, this is probably my favorite Disney movie. I love this movie.
Yeah, this is one of my top.
Yeah, me too.
Okay, good. It's the first Disney film set in like modern times, which is cool. I really like that about it. I think it has the best villain maybe of any Disney movie. One of the best, surely. But it still has lots of laughs. And if you're a animation historian, it also can offer something for you as well. They used new like Xeroxing technology, which allowed them to draw 101 separate moving objects every frame. So it kind of like revolutionized the way animation's done too, and that's like a technique that they carry on in future films. So I have this as a must-see. I love this movie.
Me too. I think I saw it a lot when I was a kid, and I think I have a lot of nostalgia attached to it also, which is also why it's ranked so highly.
Yeah.
But yeah, I love this movie.
Yeah, this one was must watch. I think it's like it has the cute puppy characters. It's funny. It's got good music, and the I really love the opening sequence. The animated opening sequence was very cool. It's very it was made in the 60s, and it looks like it was made in the 60s. Yeah, this is very cool.
Yeah, very stylized, very cool. Isn't the owner? Isn't he a musician, like a composer?
Yeah, he writes
the
Cruella de Vil
exactly,
song.
Yeah. Man, such a great movie. So this is definitely a must-see, right? We're all in agreement on that? Okay. All right, next up is The Sword in the Stone, 1963. I didn't think I had seen this, so I rewatched it in preparation for this movie, and I realized I had not only seen it, I'd seen it 100 times because I knew every single scene of this movie.
Really?
That being said, it's not very good.
No, it is not.
Not memorable either.
Honestly, I must have seen this when I was like 4 years old, like a million times, because I remembered everything. But yeah, boy, it really feels out of place, especially when like after what Disney had done previously. It just seems like cheap.
Yeah, I had it as a skip.
Yeah, I put Disney Die Hard, but I don't even know why. But then my note was so dumb.
Yeah.
And then like Merlin changing them into animals. What? Like, there was so much about it that was just
The plot is so like
all over the place.
It's so all over the place, and there's like no stakes involved. It felt like I had this as a skip as well. I think this is definitely a skip.
I would change mine to skip. Yeah.
Okay, we're making great time, by the way. I just want to say that. So we are moving on to 1967 for The Jungle Book. What are your thoughts on The Jungle Book?
I had it as a Disney Die Hard.
Okay.
There's a lot of racially inappropriate things in it that I didn't love and I can't really watch today. But I mean, it is The Jungle Book, I think it's also a classic, so...
Yeah.
But I don't think it's, nothing you have to, run out and watch.
Yeah. I didn't rewatch this because I'd seen it so many times as a kid, and I loved it as a kid. Like, Bare Necessities, I Want to Be Like You, those are, some of my favorite Disney songs. I think it has pretty good animation, some memorable characters. The plot's very simple and straightforward. I had this as worth a watch, but I could be swayed either way, honestly.
I had it as worth a watch just because of the music.
Yeah.
Worth the watch. You don't have to repeatedly watch it, but watch it one time and then just listen to the soundtrack a whole lot. Because the music is really great in that one.
All right. Well, Rachel.
Right. Fair.
Your point was noted forever in the podcast. You're on the right side of history.
Thank you.
But we like singing bears, so it gets bumped up one.
And jazz music.
Yeah. Okay, next up, we jump to 1970s, the Aristocats. This was the last movie that was approved by Walt Disney before he died. Just a fun fact. I don't love this movie. I don't think it ages particularly well. It has some problematic song, at least. The songs overall are not very memorable. I don't know. That's kind of, I could have this as a skip or a Disney Die Hard. That's kind of where I landed on it.
I had it as a Disney Die Hard, and my thought on that was just if you were a Disney Die Hard and you were gonna watch every single movie, then you would watch this. But otherwise it would be a skip for me. To me, it's they borrowed a lot from it's almost like the same plot as 101 Dalmatians, in ways. They even repeated some of the animation in it, which I get. They used to recycle, that kind of stuff. But, otherwise to me it's unremarkable.
Yeah, same. I had it under Disney Die Hards, and really only because it's about cats. And I feel like cats. Otherwise, it would be a skip.
All right, let's make this a Disney Die Hard. And moving right along, only 4 movies left in this episode. We're making great time. All right, next up is 1973's Robin Hood. This was another movie kind of like the Jungle Book. I watched it so many times when I was a kid, and I definitely have nostalgia for it. I love the soundtrack. And I just think it's it's charming, good characters. At its worst, it's kind of goofy and maybe really geared towards kids. Doesn't really offer too much for adults, but overall, I really like it. I think I have it as worth a watch.
I had it as Disney Die Hard. Not one of my favorites, but I have to bump it up to worth a watch for my best friend, who this is her ultimate nostalgia film. So, hey Alexis, if you're listening, Robin Hood gets a win to watch, just worth the watch just for you. It wasn't my favorite. It was, I think too, if I was a little kid watching it, I'd probably feel different. But I didn't see this one as a kid. I didn't. It wasn't
really.
Yeah.
I had it as skip just because I don't think it's memorable. But I could be persuaded to bump it up to a Disney Die Hard because I don't have a strong opinion one way or the other.
Well, you have. You had.
So I had it as a Disney Die Hard.
Okay.
And only because my best friend would be very mad at me. I changed my mind.
I think I'm fine putting it as Disney Die Hard. Although I do like Robin Hood and Little John walking through the forest. Each one laughing what the other had to say. Anyways, are we leaving this with Disney Die Hard?
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah, I guess.
Okay. Sorry, Alexis. Okay. Next up, we have The Rescuers, 1977. I had to rewatch this because I didn't think I'd seen it, and I was not blown away by it.
No, I had it under Disney Die Hards, and I vaguely remember watching it when I was a kid, and I really think I watched it a lot, but it's not my favorite either, and it was just kind of meh.
Yeah, and I could tell from the opening credits that I was not going to like it. It was just very it was oil paintings.
Yeah,
and
it seems very rough shot.
Yeah, and
gritty.
Not in the great. And I didn't really enjoy it, so I put it as Disney Die Hard.
Yeah, I also had it as Disney Die Hard. It was surprisingly a smash hit for Disney, like a huge hit, which it really brought them like out of a financial hole. Like they needed a hit, and I was surprised to learn that. And the only movie that beat it in the theaters was Star Wars.
Well,
like
wow, you can't
and
go against that.
And it even beat Star Wars in certain countries.
Wow,
so
that's crazy.
It was crazy.
That's wild, yeah.
But yeah, there's nothing really notable or particularly memorable about this movie at all. The characters, the plot. I don't know. Nothing really going for it. I just realized we skipped a movie.
Well, was it the same year? So.
Oh, it was? Okay, good.
1977.
I'll cut
also.
that part out. We didn't make any mistakes at all. Flawless.
We're perfect.
Next up is... Oh, let me see if I can get this title right. Is it The Many Adventures of Winnie the Pooh?
Yeah.
I rewatched this recently with my son.
Mm-hmm.
I love this movie. I watched it 100 times when I was a kid. I had a Winnie the Pooh. My son now has a Winnie the Pooh, so yeah, I like this movie. I had it as worth a watch. I wouldn't say it's essential, but it's great.
I said it was essential.
Okay, I can be persuaded. I love Winnie the Pooh.
I watched this all the time when I was a kid too, and not even the movie, but the cartoon. I remember watching a million times, and yeah, I would just say it should be essential.
Okay, I could say this is a must see, especially if you have kids or you are a kid, like you.
Or a kid at heart.
Or a kid at heart.
That's true. Right. Yeah, I put it as worth the watch. I have seen it a bunch of times. I didn't this was the only one that I didn't rewatch because I was like, I've seen this and I know that it's worth the watch, and I was just trying to get through a lot of stuff, so I didn't rewatch it because it's not one of my absolute favorites, but like just because it's Winnie the Pooh, you have to watch it. Yeah.
Okay, this is a must see.
Yeah.
All right, 2 left. Making great time, gotta say. I'm proud of us. Next up is The Fox and the Hound, 1981. Quick note about this. This is one of the first films where, like, the 9 old men, if you know anything about, like, Disney history, like, they were, like, the creative force that was behind all of the Disney movies up till this point, basically. This is the last film that had one of the original 9 old men involved, and they kind of passed this off to, like, the next generation. So some of the creative team that was behind this movie are... Don Bluth, who goes on to do like the Five Goes West movies and all those stuff. Tim Burton, Brad Bird, and John Lasseter, I think that's how you say his name, who
Pixar.
both go on to do Pixar. So there were some very creative, talented people involved in this movie. And I had it as a Disney Die Hard.
It. That's what I put it as too.
I did too, yeah.
I know some people that love this movie, and I just think it's all right.
Yeah.
It's okay.
I kind of felt the same way about this movie as I did with Bambi, where I'm like, I appreciate it, what it did, and its story and everything, but it was just kind of like sad, and I don't really want to ever watch it again.
Yeah.
But the animation's good. I think the story does try some new things, which I appreciate. But yeah, this isn't like a movie that I would consider fun to watch, really. Or yeah, that's all.
Especially like if you've seen it before and you're like, you know, kind of like, you know what's gonna happen. Like as an adult, you're like, oh, this isn't gonna end well.
But even with that, like I wish it kind of went further. Like I wish it did end the way the book ended, where like there's a death. Where like,
I didn't know that.
I didn't read the book.
Yeah.
Spoiler alert.
It just,
I know, right?
It felt like it was like trying to be like a little bit more adult, but like also like pulled its punches so much where you're like you didn't really like stick it either way.
Yeah.
Also, this movie doesn't really have any songs or soundtrack that's notable either, so that really...
I really have a hard time enjoying the ones that have no music. No, that aren't the musicals, because, you know, that's my thing, so.
Yeah.
No songs, it's really hard for me.
I think, yeah, we probably should have mentioned that at the top of the episode. Like, I think what is an essential Disney movie? Like, it has to have
Catchy
good
songs, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay, we're on our last film for this episode.
Look at us.
So this is 1985, The Black Cauldron. Now, I know this movie has kind of like a cult following, and I'm sure there are some people on staff who would be upset that I put this as a skip, but I really don't like this.
Yes, I put it as a skip as well.
I did also.
Okay.
So,
It's just too scary.
Who do you know that loves it so much?
Yeah, what are we calling out
I
here?
think some of our fantasy kind of darker.
Yeah.
Well, you know.
So it's very niche.
I think it's extremely niche. It's darker than any of the previous Disney movies. It has the first Disney animated film that had a PG rating, and honestly, reading a little bit about this movie, they cut 12 minutes of footage after test screening because the kids were way too afraid of this movie. I want to see it with those 12 minutes in. I think it might be a better movie, not a kids movie, but it might be a better movie.
Yeah.
But I think it could have been a PG-13 movie based on what I read was cut from the movie.
Yeah.
But this was a box office bomb. It was one of the most expensive Disney movies up to that point too. It had a long production run. There's no songs at all. It's just not a good Disney movie at all, and barely a good movie.
Agreed.
Sorry, total skip. All right, so we are halfway through the Disney animated filmography. So thank you so much for listening. And part 2, we're going to be doing. We're going to be picking it up at The Great Mouse Detective and working all the way through to The Princess and the Frog, 2009. So that is the end of the Disney 2D hand-drawn animated films. So again, both of you, thank you so much for joining me in this episode.
Thanks, Alex.
And I look forward to continuing our conversation in part 2.
Yes. Fun times.
And listeners, this episode releases on October 30th, so FanFest is only 4 days away. So I know you're going out trick-or-treating tomorrow. Don't put away your Halloween costumes. Bring those costumes to the FanFest. Enter the costume contest. You might win a nice prize. We have food trucks. We have 25 vendors coming. We have Lego builders. We have Star Wars cosplayers. We have tabletop games, a gaming bus, and most importantly, we have
The world's greatest band, the American Air Power Museum band. They're laughing because it's my band. Should I redo it? No. So the American Air Power Museum Band will be playing again this year for the second time. We're going to be doing a lot of TV and movie music, including a number of Disney numbers. So come and listen.
Absolutely. It's a huge hit. I'm glad that you're coming back again this year.
Thank you. We're happy to be back.
All right. Thanks for listening, and stay tuned for our post-FanFest wrap-up episode. I hope that goes well. Fingers crossed. I'm going to be trying to do some interviews out in the wild.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah,
It's gonna be
we'll
great.
see how that goes.
that'll be good.
If there isn't an episode in the next couple of weeks, it was a disaster. All right. Bye.
All right, bye.
Bye.